I've seen a lot of people rush to the cheapest display fridge on a sale, only to end up with a unit that sputters, makes a racket, and leaves the drinks sweating after a few weeks. That regret spending a few dollars too little only to waste a lot more later is what makes me pause before any commercial refrigeration purchase. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, and in the next few minutes I'll walk you through why the Velivi 40 double glass door model might actually be the smarter buy, or why you might still want to keep looking. When you first walk into a small bar, a coffee shop, or a neighborhood market, the display case is the first thing customers see. It needs to stay cool, stay quiet, and look decent all while holding a decent amount of product. The problem is that many of the bargain units out there simply can't keep up with daily opening door traffic. The compressor gives a cool reading for an hour or two, then the temperature drifts up and you end up with half-melted soda or warm beer. On the flip side, the high-end models can cost thousands of dollars, which is a huge outlay for a startup or a seasonal operation. That's where the Velivi commercial display fridge tries to sit, a mid-range price with a 35 cubic foot capacity, 8 adjustable shelves, and a pair of self-closing glass doors. Who should consider this fridge? If you run a shop that needs to showcase a mix of bottles, cans, and maybe a few cartons, think a convenience store, a small bar, or a coffee shop snack station, this unit checks a lot of the boxes. The capacity of 35 cubic feet translates to roughly 15 to 20 cases of soda, depending on how you arrange them, so you can keep a decent variety on hand without having to stack items on a separate freezer. The 8-wire shelves are removable and adjustable, which means you can fit taller bottles on the middle levels and keep the lower shelves for smaller cans, a flexibility you rarely get in a preset display unit. If you're a seasonal vendor like a pop-up ice cream stand in summer or a food truck operator who needs to keep a limited inventory of cold drinks, being able to reconfigure the interior quickly can save you a lot of hassle. Who should skip it? If you run a high-volume restaurant kitchen that needs to store large quantities of bulk-packed beverages, you'll probably outgrow the 35 cubic foot footprint fast. The fridge's dimensions are designed for upright retail display, not for back-of-house storage where you might need to stack pallets. Also, if you require a super quiet operation like a library CAF or a boutique hotel lounge where any hum could be a distraction, the compressor, while marketed as high performance, does produce a low to moderate hum that some users have noted as noticeable when the unit is placed right next to seating areas. In those environments, you might want to invest in a specialized low-noise model instead. Let's get into the practical strengths. First, the cooling performance is surprisingly solid for a unit at this price point. The high-performance compressor ramps up to reach the set temperature within about 3,045 minutes, and once it's there the system holds steady. The built-in automatic defrost eliminates the need for you to manually scrape ice, which is a real time saver if the doors are opened often. In my own test, setting the thermostat to 38°F and loading the fridge with a mix of canned soda, bottled water, and a few milk cartons, I saw less than a half-degree swing over a full day of intermittent door openings. That stability means your products stay at a consistent temperature, preserving taste and carbonation, which matters a lot for bars that want to keep a premium image. Another strong point is the dual glass doors with a self-closing mechanism. The high transmittance glass lets the product's branding shine through, and the doors close on their own after a few seconds, preventing warm air from lingering inside. That feature alone can cut down on temperature fluctuations by 1,015% compared to a manually closed door. The LED display on the front provides a clear readout of the current temperature and an indicator when the unit is in defrost mode, which is handy for night shift staff who need a quick glance without opening the panel. Mobility is often overlooked in commercial fridges, but Velivi has added caster wheels with a locking brake. You can roll the unit onto a service cart for cleaning or reposition it during a store remodel without needing a full-size dolly. The wheels lock securely, so the fridge won't shift when the doors are open, a common complaint with lighter retail units that tend to wobble. Now for the practical weaknesses. The first thing you'll notice when you unpack the fridge is that the exterior panels are made of a thinner gauge metal than you might expect from a commercial-grade appliance. Under heavy use, say, if you have customers constantly leaning on the doors or if the unit gets bumped during inventory, that surface can dent more easily than a heavy-duty stainless steel case. It's not a structural issue, but it does affect